Welcome back to Live Inside the Booth. Again, as always, right now, I'm your host, Marlon Lowe. Got a great show for you today. We've got head coach Gregory from Mansfield Timberview High School. And listen, they're one of the top teams in the state of Texas right now. Nobody's talking about them. A lot of people aren't even mentioning them when they start talking about players this and players that. But all of a sudden, boom, constantly winning. But let's bring Coach Gregory inside the booth. Let's talk to him and get a chance to see who he is and share about his team, his players, and everyone else. Coach, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for joining us inside the booth today. Sure that we won't keep you long because I'm pretty sure you got a busy day ahead of you. You guys just won a big game last night, currently undefeated in district. So you got to prepare because there's going to be some guys coming at you right now.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Okay. Now, let's start at the beginning of the 28-19 season. Before the season ever started, Coach. You walk into the gym, you make an assessment of the talent, you look around, look at those guys. What do you say to yourself?
Well, every year is a puzzle. Yeah, it's like jigsaw puzzle. You got to take the pieces you have and arrange them the right way. And I looked at the pieces we had and said, we got some guys that can play. We got some guys that can go. We just got to make sure we put them in the right place to be successful and convince them that, they'll be more successful together than they would as individual parts. And they've bought in wholeheartedly and they're doing a great job. They're 27-2 right now and 10-0 in district.
What's that process like as a high school coach to try to get everybody on the same page to help them to understand that, this is what we need to do as a team in order to win? What's that process like?
It really starts for us in the spring when we go with we take everybody every Monday in the spring. We call our mental Mondays, and we go to the library as a program from freshmen on up to juniors, and sometimes even the seniors that are graduating come sit in just for the fun of it. And we talk about different things, different team building concepts, different relationship strategies and things like that, having to do some different activities to illustrate the stuff we're talking about. And then, those kind of are the building blocks for, the chemistry and the team culture we want to have moving forward.
Exactly. I like that. Those are some great bonding moments you can sit back and say.
Absolutely.
Right there. Building. So from the mental aspect, that's about getting them to buy in. What is some of the key components that you use as far as on the court and developing your players as far as when the season comes, but prior to the season, preparing them throughout?
Again, that starts in the spring as well. We have our boot camp going on, and we got our program split up in 3 different gyms. We got a basketball skill gym, we got a weight room, and we got what I call the mental toughness gym. And I have an assistant in the weight room, an assistant in the basketball skill gym, and I have the mental toughness gym where I'm just trying to do different exercise and things like that to push them to their limits and make them see they can go farther than they actually think they can. And then once the school year rolls around, we start working. I mean, basketball is basketball. It's the same basic fundamental skills that everybody else is wanting to encourage and teach. And a big thing with us is, we always tell the guys if the coaches are the only ones coaching, then we're not near as good as we can be. The players have to be coaching players, and players have to be receptive to their teammates coaching them. And when you have that is when you have a chance to have something pretty special.
That's the sign of a great culture, Coach.
Yes.
That's a great culture. When you say you rarely hear people talking about it and encouraging the team to coach themselves and to communicate with each other, not just listen to me, but we need you to be coaches with each other because as I think Popovich said amongst a lot of people that some of the best coach teams are player coach teams. So that's good that you encourage that. You all went 19-0 your first 19 games of the season, okay?
Yeah.
I think we got to the Whataburger tournament, and we dropped like 2 in a row. I think we dropped one to Duncanville and then to Wagner by 2. What was the mindset after those 2, like from a coach's perspective, and then what would you think from how you had to deliver the message to your players?
Well, after the Duncanville game, and Duncanville, I mean, they blew us out. We'd been 19-0, went into that, and then they played really, really well, and we didn't play so well, and it just kind of snowballed. And I wanted to see how we were going to respond that next day against San Antonio Wagner, who's one of the best teams in Region 4 in the San Antonio area. And I told the guys before we played that game that we got to make sure we are doing the things that are our strengths. There's a certain way that we play that tends to lend itself to success for us, not necessarily for anybody else, but for us. And we got to make sure we get back to that against San Antonio Wagner. So I wanted to see, are we going to come out and compete and battle against Wagner, or are we going to come out and feel sorry for ourselves because our win streak got snapped and all that kind of stuff? That I was real pleased to see how we came out against Wagner. It was a back and forth game, and they beat us by 2, but it could at least have been us winning by 2. It was just one of those kind of games.
Okay. And you talk about putting guys in the right position and getting their mindset right. Do you have like a system that you continuously run with all your teams, or do you adjust your style depending on the various skill levels of the players that you have?
Well, we tend to get a similar, kind of player every year. If I could say there's a Timberview prototype, it's a 6'2", 6'3", good length, good quickness. And so, defense and rebound is what always starts for us. That's always what guides how we go. We always say, defend, run, repeat, defend, run, repeat. We want to get out and run and get in transition, but we know it starts with the defense. And when we have that happening, we're able to light the fire in that transition game. And then, the half court, that's where I think when you have some different guys year in, year out, that's where you kind of tweak, some different things to fit your skill level, fit your particular skill set you guys have that particular year.
Right. And now look at this, Coach. With you putting them in like that, you've been coaching for a while. Do you run into players that feel like you may be playing them out of position? And, how do you handle those type of things to make sure that everybody is on the same page? Because, there's a lot of people that get into players' ears sometimes. And as a coach, you have to be able to balance a lot of that. And some guy might think he's a parent, or somebody else might think they're playing out of position. They should be playing here, or you're hurting them. How do you manage that type of situation where players might think that you might be playing them out of position or something?
That one of you talked about different voices and things like that. That's one of our big things I always talk about with our guys, especially when we get off to a strong start on the season, is make sure you handle your success. You're never as good as everyone says you are. You're never as bad as everyone says you are. The truth is somewhere in the middle. Handle your success. Listen to the right voices. You got to be able to filter. Because you're going to have voices coming from every direction, and then you got to be able to protect your chemistry. That's one of the most important things, your chemistry. Because if I tell the guys, if you can simply get along, if you can just simply get along, that's going to turn into a weapon as the season progresses. So if but there have been times where a guy, they'll come from the summer and they played a certain position during the summer, and they may not be what they're going to, what we need them to do here. My thing with them is you be versatile. Be versatile. Don't be a number. Be a player. And if they're, I remember this has been a long time ago, because guys pretty much know how we do it now. But a long time ago, I said, okay, so this particular guy, said he was a 2. He was a shooting guard. He's a 2. I said, okay, so define that for me. He says, run the floor, take my jump shots and things like that. And I said, okay, so what if we're in a situation in a game where I've got to have some rebounds? We aren't rebounding well. You got some good size. I think you get some, on the glass, get some rebounds. I said, but if you're a 2, then I can't, I guess I can't rely on you to rebound. So you're telling me that you want me to limit your opportunities to be on the floor, because I need rebound right now in this particular instance. You don't want to be on the floor to rebound. Is that correct? Well, no, coach, I didn't mean that. I said, well, okay, then be versatile, right? Be versatile, be able to do a multitude of different things, because I'm not going to limit you. I want you to be able to do this, that, and everything else. I want you to be able to do everything. I said, don't limit yourself by putting a number on yourself. Be a player. Be a player.
Man, I'm loving that. And even in your previous conversation, you mentioned about defense. So that's one of your staples. You talked. So that's basically the philosophy of your program. And so as a coach, like, where does some of this philosophy come from that you have? Do you attend coaching clinics? Is there a mentor that you have that kind of helped you to instill the philosophies that you are pushing off to the kids, which in turn helps the program be successful?
I've had the good fortune of being around some really good coaches and coaching clinics. I like TBC clinic a lot down in San Antonio. They do every spring. THSCA occasionally has some good basketball speakers. I've been to a couple Nike clinics that were good, but in today's day and age, I mean, you get so much information just online. I mean, you find it everywhere, and then you add that to the fact that where I am here in the Metroplex, Mansfield's right smack in the middle of Dallas and Fort Worth, and there are so many good coaches in this area that I'll be the first one to say I'm not the smartest guy around, so I'm going to go ask this guy, go talk to this guy, and pick their brain, and take what they do, whatever little bit that they do that I think fits us, and we're going to go steal that and put it to work for us.
Okay, works for me. Works for me. They say we all steal a little bit something from each other, and we all talk to each other and figure out what was going to be best for the situation that we're involved in. So I get that. And now, Coach, you won a state championship in 2017. 2 years ago, you're a state champion. You've coached several Division I athletes. In recent years, you've had Isaac Likely from Oklahoma State, Chris Mullins at Rice. I had a chance to see him a couple weeks ago when they played. And now you got a young man on your team right now that's signed to Air Force. Tell me a little bit. That's all right. Tell me a little bit about your program as far as how are these guys being missed? Do you help to push and promote them, or tell us a little bit about your philosophy and some of the guys that you have on the team right now? Are they Division I athletes? Are they Division II athletes? Are they deserving of scholarships? Can they play? Because you've seen a whole host of them, Coach. You've seen a lot.
It's always been, a little puzzling to me why some of my guys don't get a little more attention. I know the summer is when you get all the exposure and things like that. And my guys that we get typically aren't, the highly ranked guys, or the guys are going to go to Kentucky or Kansas or something like that. But they're very good players. And you don't have the success that we have around here without having very good players. And, my door is always open. Anytime a college coach wants to come in, you never heard the word no from me. You're more than welcome to come by, And so I encourage them too. The guys we have this year, Trezarian White is going to Air Force, and he's going to do a great job up there. Very smart kid. CJ Smith is my point guard. Any college that is comfortable with a small guard, because he's about 5'9", but he's as tough as they come. He and Trezarian are both averaging about 17, 18 points a game. CJ is a left-handed point guard. I mean, dude can hit the three, he can get to the rim and score. He can make mid-range shots. He's won games a couple times this year with last-second free throws for us. He's not afraid at the moment at all, And Marquise Childs, another guard that I have, tremendous athlete, very quick jumper, one of the quickest jumpers I ever have. He jumps and comes down and lands and gets back up so fast. His fast twitch muscle fiber must be just crazy, because he's got bounce, and he's one of our best defenders. Whoever the best perimeter guy is in the other team, Marquise is getting it, and Marquise wants that. I got Tristan Starks, who's a big body guard. He's about 6'2". He's averaging about 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Rodrigo Soares is a guy that's been about a 6'3", 6'4" guard. Shoot the ball well. He's been rebounding for me, things like that. And these guys, I don't know, they're necessarily, like I said, they're not Kansas, Kentucky kind of guys, but they're guys that can play. And I want to get their attention. I hope a whole bunch of people, I hope a whole bunch of college coaches see this video and hear me talk about these guys and say, I need to call that Coach Timberview and find out about CJ Smith and Marquise Childs and Tristan Starks and Rodrigo Soares and Trezarian White, because these guys, they're 27-2. They've beat some really good teams this year. These dudes can play.
Coach, yeah. I mean, and you know what? This could probably, outside of everything that you're doing and other people around the state that are doing to continue to bring recognition to your program, it's nothing like hearing a coach talk about the type of guys that he's helping to develop, that he's helped build a culture around, and they have a staple, a philosophy instilled in them to understand about defense is important. And obviously, everybody says that they want winners. I want a winner. That I want somebody that can come in and not just be a freshman, but have the mindset and understanding of basketball that they can continue to compete like as if they're a sophomore or a junior. Yes, and sir. That's a huge statement, Coach, that you put those guys in that situation. And I'm sure some coaches are going to hear it, but because it's just all our job to continue to, hey, you know what they say?
Right,
the more you win, they'll keep coming out. Coming out. So, Coach, and as I said, I know you got to go. I won't keep you long, but in closing, is there anything that you'd like to communicate as far as on behalf of yourself, Timberview, the team, your philosophy, your work ethic, or anything else that you'd like to share to even some younger kids that are coming up that maybe eventually be at Mansfield Timberview?
My guys, but they know with me that when young ones come in, that they know that I don't care how old they are. If they're ready to come in and compete and play at a high level, that's what they'll do. You mentioned Isaac and Chris; they both played on the varsity as freshmen. C.J. Smith, I just mentioned him, my starting point guard. He's a 4-year varsity guy. Our mindset over here is it's about competition. You can't come over here and be afraid to compete. You got to be able to come over here and compete physically. You got to be able to handle it mentally. You got to be able to handle it emotionally, and be a part of something bigger than yourself. Be a part of something bigger than just you.
Love it. Now you got 3 more district games. I believe 3 more district games before you prepare. 4 more district games before you prepare for this state run again. Is there any changes in philosophy that you're going to do, or how you prepare for this?
Well, we looked at how we played the particular teams the first time around, and we always tweak a little this and a little that, and on the defensive side and on the offensive side, and just kind of see how we like that early in the game. We can adjust back to what we did the first time if we don't want to. My guys are tremendous, and this has been a staple of our program for a while now. My guys are tremendous at executing a scouting report. They will. In fact, the coach we played last night, said he was telling his team that Timberview will know your favorite sets is better than you do, and they're going to know your tendencies better than you do. And my guys they're tremendous at executing a scouting report. That a lot of high IQ guys, basketball IQ guys that understand the game. And we take these next 4 games and going into the playoffs. I just talked to guys about that today. How the ability to take in the scouting report and then execute it on the floor, on the game floor, on game night is going to be our biggest asset. Because a lot of teams, they just go out and play. We're going to figure out how we're going to beat you.
I'm with that, Coach. I'm with that. I tell you what, I want to thank you again for joining us inside the booth here. Much continued success as you continue to move forward throughout the season. Looking forward to following you, keeping track with all your team, your players in the process. And thank you again.
Thank you so much. I've enjoyed it. Thank you.
Take it easy. We'll see you.
All right. Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Hey, that's Coach Gregory from Mansfield Timberview. That was epic, right? That was live. That was awesome. Anyway, look, I'm looking forward to watching this again. I got to watch this. This was he laid out some jewels right there that a lot of coaches and everyone else can take away from as far as how to attack preseason, how to communicate with them, your philosophy, your mental mindset, your approach to the game, and just building a culture. That's powerful. That's powerful. Look, again, Marlon Lowe, for Coach Gregory, inside the booth. Talk with you soon. Thanks for watching.